Federal investigators are on their way to Butte County after a deadly crop duster plane crashed near Richvale today. It happened this afternoon at the Richvale Airport, about 4 miles west of Highway 99. Action News Now reporter Margot Rowe was at the crash site all afternoon and shows us now the efforts behind the cleanup and the recovery of the pilot.
The wreckage remains where the plane went down, just 30 feet away from this private agriculture runway in Richvale.
And when we got here, resources discovered one patient in the plane with major injuries requiring extrication. Our crews were able to extricate the patient and get him to EMS folks, where he was pronounced dead at the scene.
CAL FIRE got multiple calls just before 2 p.m. on Tuesday of a plane crash at the Richvale Airport. CAL FIRE says it took 5 minutes to remove the pilot's body from the aircraft, and he was the sole person in the plane, which was determined to be a crop dusting plane. Agencies like the Butte County Sheriff's Office and Orville Fire were also at the scene assisting.
After the crash, for the next several hours, CAL FIRE implemented a decontamination process, making sure any crew members or workers from the airport were cleared of any hazardous material, like aviation fuel and any material the plane may have been carrying.
Had our hazardous materials crews out here testing the areas for any kind of contamination and make sure some of the workers were properly decontaminated, as well as our personnel as well. When they were working in and around the wreckage, they did come in contact with some of the product that was on the plane. And so we had to get out our STS manuals and just ensure that everyone's properly decontaminated from the incident.
There is no word yet on what may have caused the plane to crash. The wreckage is just feet away from the runway, but authorities aren't saying yet whether the pilot was landing or was taking off. Eventually, crews cleared the scene, but as for the wreckage, it will take several days for it to be cleared.
CAL FIRE says the FAA will be conducting its own investigation and will be here in the next 24 to 48 hours. In Richvale, I'm Margot Rowe for Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
We're still working to learn the identity of the pilot who was killed. We did call the Butte County Sheriff's Office earlier. They were still in the process of notifying next of kin.